The New England Patriots did not just win. They made a statement that nobody saw coming. A team that looked shaky a week ago flipped the script in the most dramatic way, putting up 42 points at Gillette Stadium in a game that felt like pure domination. The Carolina Panthers came in believing they had a chance, but after the opening minutes, they were swallowed whole by a Patriots squad that looked faster, sharper, and hungrier than we've seen in years. This wasn't just a victory. It was a signal to the rest of the league that something is changing in Foxborough. What makes this blowout so shocking is how quickly the momentum shifted. Carolina scored first and looked ready to trade punches, but the Patriots responded with relentless energy. Every snap started to tilt the field. The defense tightened up, the offense came alive, and the special teams delivered fireworks that sent the stadium into a frenzy. By the time the scoreboard read 42-13, fans weren't just celebrating a win. They were watching a team that finally looked complete on all three phases. That kind of balance hasn't been seen in New England for a long time, and it raises a new question. How high is the ceiling for this roster? The wild part is that this night wasn't built on one star carrying the load. It was about different names stepping up in moments that mattered most. And no player captured that better than the young quarterback who continues to change the story every single week. Drake May didn't just play well, he played like a leader, and that is where this story takes a sharp turn. But before we get into that, hit that like and subscribe button for more Patriots and all the NFL content. Can we get 300 likes on this video? The New England Patriots needed a steady hand, and Drake May gave them something better than steady. He turned tense moments into calm answers, read the field with patience, and punish soft coverage with quick strikes. Nobody expected this level of control so early in his second year, but here is the twist. His poise made every drive feel inevitable, and the stadium could sense it. Look at how his choices told the story. May went 14 of 17 for 203 yards and 2 touchdowns, but the numbers only matter because of when they happened. He kept third downs alive with sharp timing. He rolled outside to reset the picture, then fired a dart to Hunter Henry at the goal line. On fourth down, he trusted his chemistry with Stefon Diggs, dropping a back shoulder ball that spoke louder than any quote, "That is a quarterback who knows where the play should end before the ball leaves his hand." But the moment that broke the game did not come from the offense. It came from a decision in the open field that flipped the mood of the entire night. If you think May's rhythm was impressive, wait until you see how Marcus Jones changed everything with one return. What Marcus Jones did on special teams was not just impressive, it was unforgettable. The Patriots were searching for that spark to flip the energy in the stadium, and Jones gave them one of the biggest jolts of the season. His first punt return looked like it would end with a fair catch, but instead he cut through the coverage, broke free, and raced all the way for a touchdown. That single play turned nervous silence into pure chaos in the stands, and from that moment, the Panthers never recovered. But he didn't stop there. Jones piled up 167 punt return yards, the most ever by a Patriots player in a single game, breaking a record that stood since 1976. Every time Carolina kicked the ball his way, he punished them. Another return nearly went for a second touchdown before the punter tripped him up, and even then, it still set the offense up with perfect field position. His vision, his burst, and his ability to change direction on a dime made Carolina's coverage look lost. When one player forces the other team into panic mode every time he touches the ball, you know you are watching something rare. Jones gave New England a weapon that can swing games before the offense even takes the field. Yet, as brilliant as he was, the defense also had a major shift once a familiar face came back into the lineup, and that changed everything about how Carolina attacked. Christian Gonzalez stepped back onto the field, and the Patriots' defense immediately looked different. Before his return, opponents tested the secondary with confidence, but against Carolina, that confidence vanished. He lined up, locked in, and made his presence felt from the very first series. His smooth footwork and discipline shut down open windows that Bryce Young had been hitting with ease on the opening drive. The numbers told a quiet but powerful story. When Gonzalez was matched against Tyro McMillan, the rookie wideout barely made a dent. Only a couple of catches slipped through, and every target felt like a struggle. The impact went beyond coverage stats, though. With Gonzalez patrolling one side, the rest of the defense tightened up. Safeties could cheat less, linebackers could focus on the run, and the pass rush gained that extra second to collapse the pocket. One player's return reshaped the entire unit's confidence. The most telling sign was how calm the Patriots looked once he settled in. Drives that once stretched into big plays stalled, and Carolina's receivers found no rhythm. Gonzalez gave this defense back its backbone, and that stability opened the door for another veteran to make his mark in the passing game. Stefon Diggs reminded everyone why defenses still fear him. After weeks of questions about his role and whether he had lost a step, he answered with his most complete game as a Patriot. He stretched the field, carved up the secondary, and gave Drake May a trusted option in the biggest moments. This was not a quiet bounce back. It was a statement that he is still a difference maker. The highlight came on a critical 4th down. With the pocket closing, May trusted Diggs on a back shoulder throw near the sideline, and the veteran adjusted perfectly. Plays like that don't just move chains, they build trust between a quarterback and his top target. Add in 6 catches for 101 yards and multiple explosive gains, and you could see the chemistry finally clicking. Every route looked sharper, every cut carried that burst of confidence that had been missing. What stood out most was the timing of his resurgence. Coming off an ACL recovery and limited reps early in the season, Diggs finally looked fully in sync. If he continues to stack games like this, the Patriots' passing attack becomes far more dangerous. And behind that success was an offensive line and play caller who quietly delivered one of their strongest performances yet. The Patriots' offensive line turned what could have been a trap game into a showcase of control. From the opening snap, they kept the pocket clean and gave Drake May time to operate with patience. The Panthers' pass rush never came close, and the only sack on the stat sheet was May sliding behind the line to avoid unnecessary risk. That kind of protection is rare, and it set the tone for everything that followed. Credit also belongs to Ben Brown, who stepped in at left guard with Jared Wilson sidelined. Instead of looking like a backup, Brown blended seamlessly, opening lanes in the run game and holding strong against interior pressure. His poise under fire kept drives moving and allowed the offense to stay balanced. When the line plays this well, it changes how dangerous the playbook can become. That's exactly what Josh McDaniels capitalized on. He expanded the play sheet, mixing in counters, screens, and even a jumbo set at the goal line. Every call felt designed to stretch Carolina in a new way, and it kept them off balance all night. With the offense humming at this level, the spotlight shifted to the defensive front, where 2 names made life miserable for Bryce Young. The Panthers learned quickly that the Patriots' defensive line is built to overwhelm. Milton Williams was the first name to stand out, collapsing the pocket and forcing Bryce Young into hurried throws. Every time Carolina tried to settle into rhythm, Williams tore through blocks and created chaos that changed the timing of their entire offense. His presence alone shifted how the Panthers tried to call plays. Alongside him, Christian Barmore showed the kind of power that New England has been waiting to see again. After battling through a challenging offseason, he pushed through double teams, blew up runs in the middle, and generated steady pressure up front. The combination of Williams creating disruption and Barmore finishing plays gave Carolina's offensive line no chance to breathe. It wasn't just about pressure, though. The tackling looked sharper, and the defense closed space quickly, limiting the Panthers' explosive opportunities. Once Young started feeling the rush, his confidence disappeared, and New England controlled every down. With the line dominating and the coverage already boosted by Christian Gonzalez, the Patriots looked complete on defense. That set the stage for the final piece of the story. Who truly earned the title of winners, and what still needs fixing? Ramondre Stevenson may not have had the flashiest box score, but his night mattered. After weeks of questions about ball security, he carried with purpose and held on to every touch. 9 carries for solid yardage was enough to rebuild confidence, and it showed trust from Mike Vrabel to keep him involved. That quiet stability made him one of the night's under-the-radar winners. Now the focus shifts to Buffalo under the bright lights of Sunday Night Football. At 2-2, the Patriots have pulled themselves back to level ground, but this next matchup will be the true measuring stick. Can Drake May keep his calm against one of the NFL's best defenses? Can Marcus Jones spark another game-changing play? The answers to those questions will reveal just how far this team can climb.